Hello everyone, this is Adrian Cobalt Andrich presenting to you Metroid Fusion for the Game Boy Advance. This game came out in 2002 and was one of the first Metroid games after the 8-year drought in which no Metroid games were released. So I'm gonna get us started here. This game takes place an unspecified amount of time after Super Metroid. There's a little bit of narration here in the beginning. Alright, so that's the kind of introduction to the story. Metroid Fusion possesses a much more clear and focused narrative as opposed to the previous 3 games. There is some dialogue. I think I may be reading that aloud for you, just so it's not complete silence. There's been an explosion in the quarantine bay. The bay currently stores capsules containing recent samples from SR-388, as well as parts of your suit infected by the X parasites. The cause of the explosion is as yet unclear. Investigate. The quarantine bay is here. Move quickly and quietly. You are still unable to use most of your latent abilities. Don't forget that, Samus. Stop at the navigation room on the way. Uplink from there. Is your objective clear? Now, go to the quarantine bay. So, Samus has a brand new starship and suit as a result of her unfortunate experience with the X parasite. Visually, this game is quite similar to Super Metroid. Samus can now grab onto ledges, which is a very useful ability. Oops. The quarantine bay is ahead. Biosigns are confirmed. Be careful. Now, like I said, this game has a much more structured narrative, and we'll be seeing a lot of drama actually unfolding, which we're kind of unaccustomed to, having played only the first 3 games. I say that assuming you haven't played Metroid, but you probably have. So at these navigation rooms we can talk to our computer. This is unfortunate news. Specimens brought back by the field team were infected by X parasites. The X can mimic its prey. Any specimen could have hosted it. Before the explosion, a security sensor scanned one. Gelatinous X parasites invade and rapidly reproduce, killing the host creature. They also absorb DNA and use it to mimic the host. You were almost killed by an X infection. Only the Metroid vaccine saved your life. It seems Metroids were the main predators of the X. That's why the vaccine worked so quickly and so well. But it has also changed your cellular makeup. You'll never be infected by X again. In fact, you can now absorb any free-floating X parasites without a host, merely by touching them. This will allow you to replenish health and restore weapons. You may also restore latent abilities this way, so pursue the free X parasites whenever you possibly can. The station is home to many species, some violent ones. We must keep the X out of the breeding environments at all costs. This is vital, Samus. Already detecting massive biosigns in this region. The X are gathering. This may be our chance to exterminate them, but we are only at 10% battle capacity. Your chance of survival is extremely low. The Federation needs you alive and on duty, Samus. Is your objective clear? Now get going. I have released the lock on level 0 hatches for the blinking hatches. So, yeah, what we've just learned is that the X parasites can now be used to restore health and ammunition. Save here really quick. Most, if not all, of the creatures we encounter will have already been infected by the parasites, including these zombified crew members. The space station we're on researches specimens collected from SR-388. I've received news from HQ. They can support you with downloadable weapons data. Once you have this data, you'll be able to use missiles. This will help against some enemies your beam can't hurt. Head to the data room for the download. The data room is here. Is your objective clear? With missiles, your chance of survival climbs to 20%. So yeah, the B.S.L research station studies different creatures. Probably not just from not just from SR-388, but the station does orbit SR-388. Computer reminds me of a gruff Federation CEO I served under named Adam Malkovich. He called me lady on mission. From anyone else it would have sounded sarcastic, but Adam made it sound dignified. Out of respect and with some irony, I named the computer after him. Adam Malkovich is a character who is kind of first introduced in this game. He's in the Metroid Zero Mission manga, and he is in the game, featured heavily in the game Metroid Other M. So this is one way to get upgrades in this game, is via the data rooms. That won't always be an option, but that's how the Galactic Federation is issuing Samus her support upgrades. Electrical interference has knocked out the elevators on the main deck. It's maybe related to the X. I'll work on it. As for you, try to find another way to the target. It's located here. You're needing huge biosigns, so I hope your missiles work. To reload missiles, you can use a recharge room or absorb a special type of X parasite. See them. Try it out. Missiles are your only hope. Don't hesitate to use them. Now find a way to the target. So then blow through that hatch there and escape through this maintenance tunnel. This game will probably take us about the same amount of time as did Metroid 2 and Super Metroid. Possibly a little bit shorter. Oops. Let's save up here really quick. Hope you're all doing well. Yes, I hope you're doing better than these zombie dudes. Oops. So far we've run into yellow, green, and red X parasites. Yellow restore small amounts of health, while green restore bits of ammunition. The reds restore both health and ammo in pretty large amounts, so we like those. We're right about to encounter our first boss, who's a familiar face from Metroid 2. Oops. Oops. And you can gain smaller X parasites by shooting these core organisms with your regular weapon. And the large X parasites, once we absorb them, will give us some of our abilities back. So we've just gotten our Morph Ball ability. We can escape through here. Another thing that's added is ladders. Basically replacing the grapple beam. Making it no longer necessary. Now we head back to the navigation room. Let's get the... Well, this might just be a recharge room, actually. These are restore your health and ammo to full capacity. Yes. Samus, it says, I fear the breeding environments have been invaded by the X-parasites. Sector 1, SRX, shows several abnormalities on biosensors. Sector 1 is a simulation of the SR388 ecosystem. To get there, take the main elevator to the access shaft and use elevator 1. Use the navigation room just inside for further briefing. I'm not sure, but I think that whoever allowed the X into the environment may also be linked to the earlier explosion. Now, this is the first Metroid game to actually reward you with a different ending based on your item percentage. So I may try to go for 100% items in this playthrough. But here, we learn the true culprit behind the events on the station. Sector 1 will be this way. The main elevator leading to the access shaft has been severely damaged. It will be totally unusable for some time, unfortunately. Some unknown agent is at work. Something very powerful, certainly not human. I'll report when I know more. Now listen closely. The X in Sector 1 have invaded the atmospheric stabilizers. They must want to alter the environment to suit their needs. They are already reproducing. Clear all 5 atmospheric stabilizers to stop them. Now, get moving. So I'm going to stop in just a minute. Save here. So, I may not be able to talk as often if I keep on reading the narration, so I may not. I'll think about whether I'm going to keep on reading that. But yeah, I hope you continue to enjoy these videos, as hopefully you enjoyed my other videos. Yeah, I will continue recording later on, and I hope that you will stay tuned. Bye-bye, everyone.